Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. First things first. My peoples come first, and my people, those that are here, those that are no longer here, always thought of and remembered. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. This is another episode, the newest episode of 115. One question, 15 minutes, and I've been thinking about this for a minute, and I like this show because it allows me to kind of speak on a few things that quote unquote aren't necessarily trending, aren't necessarily what everyone's talking about, right? And as you can see, I got a list of other questions that I'm going to add to it and kind of flow. But when I when I spoke about this with some other City fans, they're like, "Vader, what do you mean?" And I was like, you know what? Let me go into a lot more depth with it. So what I do every show, I got to show love to the person that took time. Not only are they subscribed, not only are they getting notifications, but sometimes they're often here before the show even kicks off and goes live, and they show their support. And today I got to shout out the very first in the building, the one that said, you know what, Vader, I mess with you, I like what you do, let me get up there in the comments and show that support. And today on the show, it's Andrew, who was first in the building. Andrew, thank you so much. Appreciate it. He goes, big up, Vader. You know what it is. It's going to be one of those shows. Thanks for being a part of it. AJ in the building as well. He goes, big up, Vader, every time. You know what? Listen, I'm going to be talking about some of the grimiest, some of the things that we can actually look forward to. And apologies for, I can't, I don't want to wrinkle my work shirt, so it's not on right now. But hey, this is just, I'm making do. Now, and I'm due for a haircut. That's why I got this on my head. AJ also goes on to say, hope you and the family are doing well. AJ, family's doing all right. Yeah, family's doing all right. Everything's getting a little easier as the days pass, but we're doing okay. MCFC, Cry Me 115 River Hussam. I love the name. Good looking out. He goes, big up, Vader, in the building. AJ also goes, Vader, huge congratulations on 650. Listen, we're getting there. AJ, we are getting there. I mean, I don't throw out a lot of shows. I don't throw out a lot of shows. And honestly, how this channel first developed, the number of videos I have was really kind of like video game based. So trying to show a little bit of my exploits, how I was dominating in the FIFA world at those times. But I like the support that's been happening. I've been a little more consistent, obviously, talking with Manchester City, and the interaction with the City fans have been absolutely amazing. So thank you, and we're on and upward. Now, large up everybody in the chat. Today's show, I'm going to start the clock. It's about Real Madrid. It's also about this Prem and some of these goals and aspirations that we have, obviously, as a club and what the players want. But I'm going to speak to a few things that are kind of like pending that go beyond just the season itself. Shout out to my man, True City fan, Patrick in the building. If you haven't, and his channel details are in the description, go over there, True City fan, subscribe, check out his last video. Clever video, by the way, in terms of talking about expectations with the season, expectations with players, and also leveling everything out, kind of doing a reset, reminding everyone he's not a Jack Grealish hater. Just gave a perspective for everyone to kind of tune in and check it out. Thank you so much. Good looking out. We getting there. Now, let me start the clock. And I'm going to do this so everyone can kind of keep track. If you happen to be catching this, if you happen to be catching this on a replay, you can keep up to date with the Vader game. Now, clock's up. If you can see this, I'm not sure if it's in great detail, but I found a great app online that allows you to see the salaries, allows you to see the contracts, allows you to see the gross salary, the weekly salary, like all that detail is there. And the reason why I want to have this conversation is because winning this league is extremely difficult. Everybody is strengthening. Everyone is getting better. right? You look at what Aston Villa are able to do. You look at Newcastle's new ownership and they being in Champions League just last year. You see that they were able to retain their quality after many rumors of them losing their striker, losing their winger, losing a midfielder. They're able to all retain all that stuff. But in particular, you look at the fight that Manchester City have had with Liverpool. And hey, a lot of Liverpool fans right now are extremely excited. I believe they're really happy with what they're seeing from a first year manager, first year coach. But I want us, City fans, we need to stay nice and calm. We need to also know that not every season we're not going to act like these rivals that expect winning trophies every damn time. No, 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 no. We understand that it's not going to be like that. We understand even with Pep, even maybe with the loss of Pep, winning trophies like that isn't going to be on the regular. But we can also realize that it's a long game, right? It's a journey. It's being consistent in the mix to be able to have that longevity, to be able to achieve what many of us never even thought of in terms of the amount of trophies and the quick succession that they're happening in. But we can look at a Liverpool, toughest challengers, all right? Arsenal are up there. And they're challenging as well. But when you want to look at those two clubs, I'm going to focus on Liverpool right now. The fact that they, and again, I've been quick to say FSG, they've done so much for Liverpool with regards to this Prem era for how they've been able to challenge in the Champions League and challenge in the league. The fact that they were 1 point away twice from winning this league. What are you going to do? You're going to say that FSG haven't been doing a good job. You're going to say that FSG haven't put together a plan that's successful. But for whatever particular reason, and again, they've been successful with how they've scouted, with how they've planned things out. They've looked at it and they say, you know what? It doesn't make planning sense to keep an Alisson, a Salah, a Van Dijk, and a Trent, and particularly at the ages that they're at, right? You got Salah, who's 32. Makes sense on why they're not looking to extend that contract like that. You got Van Dijk at 33. Again, older player. I mean, I understand when you got a Trent young, 25. Okay, that makes sense. Alisson, what's Alisson at? Alisson's age is probably, is he young? I think Alisson's in his 30s. Alisson is 30, I think, or 31. So those players make sense. FSG makes sense with their planning. Don't overcommit to players that are at that age level, right? But Real Madrid now. Real Madrid have the ability, and this is why I had to title this. Why Real Madrid will do City's dirty work. And when I say City's dirty work, I mean in terms of taking some important chess pieces, the bishops, the knights, the rooks, taking some of these important pieces from the rivals out of the mix. And hey, possibly, depending on how things net out, possibly making the season for us to win the league a little easier, a little more like, yeah, we could do this, even though we're potentially losing a Bernardo Silva or KDB, right? So the stress, the platinums don't have to quite develop that way when you have a Real Madrid that's going to be taking some quality out. And realistically, the rumors, what's been talked about, the scouts, which many Liverpool fans have been talking about, Trent is on their radar. Trent makes a lot of sense, right? Makes a lot of sense for him to have a Real Madrid destination. Van Dijk makes a lot of sense in terms of the center back pairing over at Real Madrid, looking to advance and maybe getting 2-3 years out of Van Dijk potentially. But when you look at the threats to Manchester City and what Real Madrid might do in terms of making this league, this chance at, and again, we have a chance at winning 5. I don't know if we win 5 right now. It's only been 3 games into the season. But next season after that, if they're taking away the talent of a Trent, of a Van Dijk, maybe of an Alisson, I don't think Salah makes it over to Real Madrid, probably over in Saudi. But you look at that, you're like, yeah, this league might be ours for a couple more years. And then Arsenal fans don't want to hear this. And let me try. Did I have this open up? I don't think I had it open up. But you got Arsenal fans that are now concerned. You got Arsenal fans, and I'm gonna get to the comments. Thanks for dropping a comment. You got Arsenal fans that are concerned for the likes of Saka, right wing. Do Real Madrid have their locked in set right winger? No. You got Saliba, who's apparently on everybody's radar, recognized in terms of Ballon d'Or, has the young quality, young player. You got Real Madrid that might go and look to snatch that up. And would any of us fault a player to want to make a Real Madrid destination? At those clubs, at an Arsenal and Liverpool, no. At a City, you'd be like, don't quite see it because that rivalry's been there from a Champions League. I know Real Madrid don't want to hear that there's a rivalry between us, but there's a reason why your fan base and why you guys stress and sweat it out, and why we gave you an embarrassing exit with regards to the Champions League 2 seasons ago. All right, and the only reason why you got past us is because of penalties, which is a flip of the coin. So for City players to want to go to a Real Madrid destination, it's not likely the case because of I'm not going to call it bad blood, but because of the competition that's been going over the last few years. I don't quite see it. Let me get in the comments. AJ goes, if Arsenal and Liverpool don't win anything this season, I fully believe both Saliba and Trent leaves for Real Madrid. That's a real possibility, and that's why Real Madrid could be doing our dirty work for a couple seasons. This season in particular, if there's no major trophies, I hear what you're saying, AJ. It's not even just winning. If they don't win the league, I think even if they were to fall short of and only winning League Cup or FA Cup, I think they're looking to move on. I think they would be looking to move on. And Real Madrid is a strong destination for Saliba as well as Trent. Many Arsenal fans want to say Saka wouldn't even consider it. I don't know about that though. I don't know about that. Zane goes, the reason I'd keep the likes of Van Dijk, Salah, and Alisson. What? You'd keep Van Dijk, Salah, and Alisson because they've shown no signs of slowing down and keeping their world-class level. Zane, are you honestly trying to tell me that Salah hasn't slowed down? Are you honestly trying to say that Van Dijk hasn't slowed down? I think he had a great bounce back season. Like this past season, he looked to get close to himself, but again, he's got to show this consistently. I don't know. I'm not as confident as you are with regards to them not slowing down, especially with regards to Salah. I think the records or the past great moments that Salah has gets talked about a lot more now. Like they want to point out that he scored against all of the big majors. You want to talk about how he now they want to talk consistently about GA, whereas in the past it was all about G's. It was all about goals. Now it's kind of moved to more of a GA type thing, and that's where I think he slowed down. That's where I think Salah's like, you know what, can't make the runs the way I used to. Salah used to be relentless. I hated facing him because he was relentless attacking that left back all night, all game long. Now it's like, hey, he kind of picks his spots. Now he's also more of a facilitator funny enough, hear me out, Zane. I'm not trolling. But it's funny on how he's looking to facilitate more now when he's got less supporting goal-scoring partners. Just think that out for a second, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Salah is looking to facilitate more now when his partners in crime, when his goal-scoring partners aren't even of the quality of what he had before. So I think that's a clear sign of how he's slowed down. Let me continue with the comments. AJ goes, if Arsenal doesn't win anything this season, Saliba will go to Real Madrid. Gabriel Magalhaes will be off to Inter Milan. That's interesting. You know what? I need to link up with the Inter fan and find out how strong those teams are. But you're absolutely right. When it comes down to if the club is not winning, right? If the club is showing that they're going to be falling short, these players, their careers are finite. Their careers, they have to maximize when they can get those contracts, when they can get those deals, and on top of that, when they can get the trophies that they aspire to, right? Look at Granit Xhaka over at Arsenal. He was like, yeah, this ain't happening here. He went over Leverkusen, invincible, winning, right? And went far in terms of what he was looking to do beyond Arsenal. So I hear you. Zane goes, now Real Madrid is like the bully stealing other kids' lunch money. Yeah, Real Madrid don't care. They don't care. Real Madrid are like, listen, I want that. How much? How much? No, no, you're charging too much. I don't want it. You know what? I'm just gonna wait until the contract's out, and then I'm gonna get it on the free. They've been doing that way too much, and I get it. It is a destination where if you're going to set your clock to it, if you're gonna say anything is gonna be like right like rain, winning trophies happens at Real Madrid. We know how they prioritize the Champions League. That's gonna happen. So players choosing to take risks and go let their contracts play out or run out, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And with these contracts running out, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but these contracts running out, you've got Salah expiring 2025, Van Dijk 2025, Trent 2025, and the only one that's kind of like, we got some time is Allison, and Allison's contract. Move my cursor over here. Allison contract expires 2027. Funny enough, Robertson expires 2026. I wonder what kind of talk is happening there to ship him off. But yeah, those are the most pending, the most urgent contracts out there. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let me go to the comments. Thanks. And if you haven't, drop the like, share, comment, be a part of the show. Always appreciate it. And then, hey, if you happen to have any of your rivals, any of your Manchester City GCs, please share it, connecting and getting this too. Let me see what AJ has to say. AJ goes, Saka won't leave for Liverpool. No. He doesn't leave for Liverpool or City. Nah, if Saka leaves, he's outside the Prem. He's leaving the Prem. I agree on that one, in my opinion. But he would definitely go PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and the Italian. Yeah, the big threes. Yeah, I can see Saka not going to a I can see Saka not going to anyone else in the Prem. I can see that. But that is a problem at Arsenal now. That's not even when I was talking about Real Madrid being the ones, the big bad bullies, as was mentioned, and the fact that they can go and poach anyone they want. We just need to make sure that we retain our quality. Over at Manchester City, we just got to make sure that, hey, and you know what? Let me also say this: if a player happens to leave, it's gonna have to be a great number. It's gonna have to be at the right evaluation, and then you know what? We're confident to say and do. We're confident to say that we're going to go out and get the next. We're going to go out and get the next star, and that's where we're very different. Let me also, and I see the clock's running down, but let me also point this out. And again, this show is going to be short and sweet. I want to make sure that I'm able to give these points of view, interact with you, and I'm gonna get into the comments so you guys can be a part of the show. If you're saying Vader, you're talking you're messed up. You're way off. What you're saying with regards to the players leaving, what you're saying with regards to the club not winning any trophies and then being at risk, you can say all that, and I'll hear it. We'll talk about it. But when it comes down to Real Madrid, we know that they're always looking to get the very best. What Manchester City have had to do is realize that we have to go the young route. We have to go the developmental, the diamonds in the rough, the undiscovered talent, and we need to go and see the profile of player, skill set, ability to be molded in a way to play the Manchester City way, and go and get them. Because from a already established, we want you here, Real Madrid will always have that flex. Real Madrid will always have the flex to be like, listen, you know what this project is. Come over here. So City got to move differently. Let me see what else Zane's got to say. Zane goes, even though he's lost the yard of pace, he makes it up with playmaking, something we praised Eden Hazard for. That Zane, I hear you. And that's why I was just challenging it a little bit because I think Salah has a yard or two. I think he's lost a yard or two of pace. And again, credit to him as a player to elevate more of his game to be of impact, right? But when some players are saying he hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, some fans, sorry, want to say that he looks to still be that guy. He's not that same guy. He's not that same guy. When he was in his pump, when he was doing his thing, he wasn't looking to assist like that. And he had better people. He had better players to actually trust. He had Amane, he had Firmino. He had better players to really trust in those goal scoring opportunities. I think now he's doing it as maybe a proper adaptation. Maybe he should have had that mindset earlier in his career. He's doing it now. I'm a credit to him for him being able to do it and to maybe realizing he can't be that pace guy like he used to. AJ's reminding 12 likes, get the likes up, good looking out. The likes are huge with regards to this humble, developing one sub at a time channel. And with regards to, I don't do content every day. So if you're able to hit that like, if you're able to be in the comments live as well as the replay, always appreciated. Zane, that's why I rate KDB so highly. So I hear your argument. Zane, I appreciate that. It's when a player realizes, like Pirlo was one of them. When a player realizes, like, I can't quite do things the way I used to as a young player, right? I can't cover every blade of grass the way I used to. I've got to maybe pick my spots. Maybe need to anticipate more. I maybe need to not necessarily be a decoy, but I need to show one thing while I'm trying to establish something else. Salah has shown that he's going to do that now. I think that's also a reason why FSG are considering him being that player to go. And the thing is, these players going out on a free, very interesting strategy. Very interesting strategy to have these number of players all expiring this season and for them to go out on a free. I don't know what it means. I don't know what the long game is, but if there's anything, Zane, hear me out. If there's anything, as much as FSG have their critics, there's probably a well sorted out plan here. Now, I want to point out this topic, why Real Madrid will do City's dirty work, is mainly because the talent that's over at Liverpool and Arsenal are going to be pulled out of the league. And when that talent gets pulled out of the league, now the onus is on those clubs to replenish it. And many other fan base, I'm talking about Arsenal, I'm also talking about Liverpool, many other fan base have concerns on whether they're going to be able to get the quality that they need to still be at that top level, to still be challenging. I'm confident over at Manchester City, whether it's Pep remaining here, and I, I hope Pep stays here. Pep 2 more years at least. Pep 2 more years at least. But I'm confident with Pep here that the exits of some of these talents from a Liverpool and Arsenal just boost City's winning probability that much higher. And if we're able to, again, just maximize the manager's tenure here, I've said this many times, City fans are actually pretty calm with it. City fans are pretty calm with, if this is what we get, for Pep's time, if this is the number of trophies that we happen to have, we got it. Thank you. And we go on in a different way. We fight for it in a different way. Maybe not as consistent as we have, but it is what it is. We enjoy the time as we have it. Zane goes, what is Zane saying here? Let me see what Zane has to say. Zane goes, who knows? Maybe Pep will feel tired at some point. Hey, I don't like that play on tired there, Zane. The tiredness, that's your that's your former manager. No. You know what it is? And I won't speak too long. You know what it is? It's a matter of It's a matter of being challenged. It's a matter of, like, new opportunities, like, you don't want something to remain the same or stagnant or too repetitive and not being challenged. It's weird, like, no one wants to be no one wants, like, something to be extremely difficult where it's, like, such a grind and it's overly stressful, but also no one wants something to be easy and 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 too familiar. So I think if Pep, like Savino's addition to the squad, like Doku 2 seasons ago, like the ability to maybe see what a Rico Lewis, a James McAtee, like I think that the new for Pep with regards to the young EDS players is where we might see him in this league a little longer. And then the narratives, right? We can't ignore the narratives. And then the narratives of, oh, well, Pep had his success because of Messi. All right, he had to change that. He had to move that around. Now, oh, Pep had his dominance because of KDB. There's gonna be that challenge. So I hope the critics are really, really loud because Pep, and Zane, you may not have seen this, but when Pep shoots back in press conferences and he's like going back at some of the criticism that has been said about him, I think that fires him up. That puts a battery in his back. He's like charged up, ready to go. I need the critics to be really loud this season, really loud. Um, if you're the best, you want to prove it's true. If you're the best, you want to prove and remind everyone why you're the best, why you've been the best. And if you're the best, you have this ego where you don't want to relinquish it. You don't want to relinquish. You don't want someone else being like, "Yeah, you were the best. Now I am." You don't want that. So Pep's Pep's gonna be exiting on his own terms, and how he does it. I hope it's 2 years from now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Now, everybody in the chat, everybody that's dropped a like, everybody that's been a part with regards to the comments, and if you happen to be catching this on a replay, it's so much appreciated. I I'm not sure which topic I want to do next, to be honest with you. Um, I'm not sure which topic I want to do next, but you guys can all be a part of it. Donna's in the building. She goes, Wagwan, Mr. Vader. You know what it is, Donna. Good looking out. Um, I just want to, I don't, I think I'm going to tackle, oh, I almost forgot. Because of this whole quote unquote injury crisis. It's happening kind of early. It's early days for Arsenal right now. 3 games in, but they've got injuries to Odegaard, Calafiori. It looks like obviously Marino was hurt earlier, but Declan Rice due to suspension. They got a big game against Spurs. My next topic. My next topic on 115. One question, 15 minutes. 115. I'm going to address the why Arteta can only finish behind Guardiola. I'm gonna that's my next show. I'm gonna have to break that down because rivals are saying this is Arteta's last season. He's got to win something. Some Arsenal fans are saying Arteta has to win. If he doesn't win, look at all that's been spent. If he doesn't win, he's out. I happen to disagree. I'm gonna break it down on exactly why I think I think Arteta has constantly shown that he's gotten better, and he's not a rookie in terms of this is his first year as manager, but this is his first managerial job, and he's shown that he's been quick to adapt, quick to improve, quick to just be observant and not make similar mistakes of previous seasons. I'm gonna break down why Arteta has his job if he happens to quote unquote fail, but only fail to Pep. I'm gonna break that down. Donna in the building, she goes, Mr. Bader, let's talk about who is best good looking board member in Prem League. Donna, not this show. Will that potentially be? You're gonna have to give me some material because I'm not quite familiar. I'm not in that world like that. But that's that. We got a chance. We got a chance. Big up Vader in the chat. Ed, good looking out. Much appreciated. I'm just shutting some things down. I'm glad you're able to catch me live. My next, this topic This topic was why Real Madrid will do City's dirty work. And the way that they're going to be poaching our competitions in Liverpool and Arsenal is what I broke down over the 115. And then my next show, make sure you subscribe, make sure you got the notification. My next show is why Arteta can only finish behind Pep. I'm going to have to break that down. Ed, that's an important question. Which should Ed, that should be answered after our Prem game. So tune in. We'll have that combo. If we don't have it on, that won't be addressed on CIA. CIA intelligent agendas. We're not going to do that tomorrow. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. We won't be addressing that. But look, maybe we'll have that combo on why always me. I'll have that combo on why always me. Good looking out, Ed. Zane, Vader, to replace Pep in the future, would you take Arteta? I would. I would take Arteta. I think Arteta gets wrongfully overly criticized for what he wasn't or what he did in his first 2-3 years. But again, first managerial job. All right. And now for him to, again, in a league that had Unai Emery, that had Klopp, that also had, Ange with experience, he only did not win the league or did not go further in cup runs because of losing out to Pep and Klopp. I rate Arteta. I really do. And this isn't a trolling thing. This isn't Arteta. It's just experience. Now, I want to thank each and every one of you for being in the chat. I want to say thank you for the comments. I want you to also know that we are going to be doing this as regular as possible. I think my schedule will be Wednesdays, 115. Morning seems to work because I'm going to run right now, get my work shirt and do the work day. And then we're going to do CIA tomorrow. And maybe Fridays, I'm going to do Why Always Me. I got to firm that up. But good looking out to everybody in the building. Ed's last comment, he goes, I would rather the Girona manager than Arteta. That's not bad. Girona as well. Knows our system. Part of the City football group. I hear that. But Arteta's not, again, I know you would prefer, you'd rather, but Arteta's not a bad manager. So no, I get that. And again, if it was an option, I wouldn't be opposed to it if it happened to be Arteta. But everyone, I messed around with a nice outro. I hope you can check it out and appreciate it. While it's playing, please be in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want, or let me if you got some ideas. And catch me on the next show on VatorgamesTV. This is the newest 115. 115. One question, 15 minutes. Why Real Madrid will do Manchester City's dirty work. Getting a Trent out, getting a Saliba out, make life easier for us to maybe pursue these Prem trophies. But I'm Vader Games. I'm out. Enjoy this outro. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.